Hey y'all, what's up? Yeah, just wanted to make a little live video right here with you guys on Twitch. Yes, I missed you guys too. Let me first of all, I want there to be some background audio. So I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. Yes. Just some music. So, we can vibe while we chill. Some DMCA free tunes. Talk about stuff that happened lately. If that's alright with you guys. I'm lucky to catch some of your streams, Maki. But before we start talking about stuff that's going on in my life, we got some new followers that I need to shout out. Yes, Maujor, thank you for the follow. And that was 16 days ago. Go. Viva Vanola, that was 15 days ago. Not sure how many of these are bots, but I'ma thank you anyway. Manila Meow, 9 days ago. Vanilla Cat, 8 days ago. And Invader Tomo, 2 days ago. Thank you. Thank you guys for following. Not sure if you're bots or not. If you're not bots, welcome to the show. And if you're bots, you're gonna probably be purged by the system, hopefully, because bots, not so fun. Oh, the Manolas are lol. They were doing my channel incessantly. Oh, the Manolas are bots. Okay, well, sucks to be them then. You're an AI. Congratulations. All right, so back to what we were talking about. So, it's been a while. Yes. Liam got born the 25th. However, Friday the 23rd, I think, Azizam went into labor. And her water broke. Yes. We went to the hospital. And we were told to wait for a while because she wasn't dilated widely enough. Sure. Okay. We wait. And then we book into this hotel that's basically integrated into the hospital, right? So there's this section right here, and there's section that's... Okay, so once you come in the front entrance, if you take to the right... there's the hotel area, and the hospital is to your left, basically. And sure, we were told to wait, Azizam was kind of feeling a little bit rushed because after the checkups and everything, she was under the impression that if your water breaks, you're going into labor fast. But that's not exactly how labor works. Apparently, the body still produces enough water, I should say, for the baby. Even though, yeah, usually, I'm no doctor, so I would say usually, right? Anyway, we book into the hotel, and we sleep overnight, right? And the 24th, I take my car, drive it to my parents. Well, no, wait. Okay, so back it up for a couple of seconds, minutes or hours. We go into the hospital early in the morning, the 24th, and like early in the morning, because well, she was kind of feeling too much pain and wanted to start things up. Things were going a little slow. So she talked to the not the doctors, but stuff. And they put a balloon up her. Well, they call it a balloon, but it's more of a inflated tube that they push in there to get the birth canal to dilate. And let me tell you, that did not look very fun. That looked like it was hella painful. And I hate to go through something like that myself. And yeah. So we go back to our hotel. She gets told to, chill. We need your opening to dilate further before we go into active labor. All right. Okay, cool. So we sleep. We go back to our hotel. We sleep for about 4 hours. Where she tries to sleep. This balloon in her vajayjay really freaking uncomfortable. Which, of course, I absolutely understand, right? And then we, I need to go take my car and park it somewhere that is, I don't have to pay, because I've parked my car underneath the hotel. And, for parking, they do charge a little bit at the hospital, which, in my opinion, is quite dumb. But, okay. I get it. They don't want employees to park and use up all the parking space. And they don't want people that goes to the close by shopping mall parking at the hospital, because you want people that actually has business in the hospital to park at the hospital, right? Duh. So I kind of understand, but on the other hand, I think it's kind of dumb. Okay? Enough. I procrastinate. So I drive my car to my parents. And while I'm there, I tried to do the live stream thing from my phone. Didn't go too well. But Azizam tells me to, you know, just go back home, get some more sleep, and come back later. And well, she calls me a little while later and told me, you need to come right now, my balloon has popped out. Which, if your balloon pops out, you need to go back to the she tried to go to the bathroom and do number 2s, you know what I mean, a poo-poo. And so what happened is her balloon fell out. And okay, cool. I'm not there. Yo, Flaretail for the host. Thank you so much. Anyway, her balloon pops out. She told me, you need to come here right now because we're starting birth. And sure enough, I jumped into my shoes, run up to take the bus, right? Because the bus really doesn't take very long. It's like a 5 to 10 minute bus ride from the hospital to my parents. Hey, Flaretail, what's up? We're just talking about the birth of my little boy, baby boy Gastly. Not real name, by the way. But canonically, we call him Gastly on this channel, right? Makes sense. And we still haven't gotten to the part where he's born yet, Flaretail, but well, we're getting there. We're warming up, right? Yes. And anyway, their balloon has fallen out, so I'm on the way to the hospital again. I come to the birthing area, and she's going into labor. And sure enough, things go slow, very slow. We were in there for a total of, well, about 15 hours in labor. And she went into labor, okay, so Liam, or Gastly, I should say. Gastly was born about 7 o'clock. 7 minus 15 is... Well, she went into labor about... what's that? 7 o'clock-ish? In the evening? 6:45, yeah, okay. So 6:45 in the evening. So almost 7 o'clock, right? And we're in there, and of course we had 3 different what's it called again? I gotta translate this. Julmor, it's called in Norwegian, but midwife. Yes. So we had 3 different midwives shifts during her labor, which is quite insane. Normally a midwife is like you usually only have 1 or 2 midwives during one labor, which is bad. But so we got this Danish lady, that, yeah, had the last shift before Liam, Gastly, comes, right? And Azizam was, yeah, dude, after almost 14 hours in birth, well, okay, let's take a couple of hours back. So about when she's dilated, about, I don't know, well, she's dilated quite a bit. Her pain becomes so big. She gets the, you know, the, her contractions become so painful. She gets the spinal thing, epidural. Yes, epidural. Yes. She takes the epidural, sure enough, and we have different positions that she tried to take on her to shake the baby into the correct positions so that it will be a faster delivery. But it's taking a lot of time. A lot of time. Way too much. And but eventually, after a lot of hours, Gastly is basically knocking on the door, if you know what I mean. He's in his head is in the birthing canal, knocking on, you know, the opening, but you don't see him in the opening, right? But he's there. He was almost at the door, you know what I mean? Yo, Terrence, what's up? So little Gastly is basically knocking at the front door, saying, yo, I'm here, boys. But Azizam is all the way out of energy at this point. She's 14 plus hours into the birthing. She's been pushing. Her body is... Okay, nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Terrence. Very nice. Thank you. Well, baby is not here. Also, if you want to see the baby, there are pictures out on the Discord. I am not gonna put pictures of the baby on my Twitch channel. It's a little bit too open. I like to have, you know, like on Twitter or Instagram. Both of those are open. Twitch also an open stage, but there are pictures of Gastly on my Discord channel. Anyway, so she's almost 14 hours, well, almost 15 hours into the birthing process. And this is taking way too long. They tried to use something called a vacuum suck. What's it called again? Hold on. Let me... plug. Yes. A plug to extract the baby. Something like this. Let's see, vacuum extraction. Let's see if I can find a picture. I wish I could just drop it straight into my overlay. That'd be nice. Well, anyway, basically it's an extractor that they vacuum suck to the top of the baby's head, and they basically yank the baby's head with a chain. They used to do this with a claw, but a lot of infants died using a claw to extract babies during slow births, which was very unfortunate. Actually, I have an uncle that did the exact same. He lived for about 2 hours before he died. Yes, Epic Sabo, this is exactly why C-section comes in, right? So the baby is knocking on the front door. They tried to vacuum extract the baby. Now the baby is stressed. Very stressed. Gastly is stressed. His heartbeat is getting weaker. And an alarm starts to go off in the room. A physical alarm starts to go off in the room. Azizam is in shock. She's not a native Norwegian, okay? There comes flooding in doctors. A lot of new faces. I get pushed to the side. I get pushed to the bathtub that's in the same room, right? And they tell me we need to yoink that baby out of her right now. So we're gonna do a C-section, cesarean. Of course, as I said, Azizam is not Norwegian. She's doped up on medicines. She's weak at this stage. Tired. Her head is 1,000 other places than in the room. She's not focusing on what people are saying around her. So she doesn't understand what's going on. So she gets lifted from one bed over to another bed and dragged out of there. I'm just standing there like, what can I do now? I can do nothing. So basically I cleaned up all our stuff in the room while she gets trolleyed away to an emergency operating area. And while she's there, she looks, she's laying on her back. She sees lights going over her head. She doesn't understand what's going on. She's having tunnel vision because her neurons are basically firing on all cylinders. She thinks she lost the baby. And that would be the second worst scenario. The first worst scenario would be losing both mother and child, of course. However, so they pull her into the operating area. They get like this. What's it called again? They don't put her in narcosis. They give her something called a spinal tap, I think it's called. Basically, they numb her from her chest down to her feet. All neurons, everything knocked out. Basically, she feels nothing from the waist, from the boobas down to her toes, right? So they open her up, and she hears Liam take his first screams, right? And yet her head doesn't understand, because all of the stress and emotions and stuff that's going on. What's really happening in the situation, right? They try to present her to have her hold Liam, but in all the days and confusion and everything going on, she doesn't register that Liam is alive. And she's like, no, don't, like, she's somewhere completely different at this stage. Okay, so now I get to put on, okay, so snap back to me. This is like, maybe, we're going back like, maybe 10 minutes. A nurse comes to talk to me and tells me, okay, I can now come to the operating room to grab the... to hold the baby if I want to. And of course I want to. I know what's going on. I'm there. My head is clear. She doesn't know what's really going on. I know what's going on, right? So, the nurse comes to talk to me and, tries to calm me down and tells me what's going on and, stuff like that. But chill. I know what's going on. I understand how important the situation and why they're handling the situation as they are, right? So I'm calm and collected. They put on me some scrubs. I think they call it it's like green overalls that you use like once and then you toss them to the trash. And I go to the operating room where Azizam is. This is a few minutes after Liam is out. Yeah. No, these scrubs are once... I asked about this. These are use once and disposable scrubs. Yes. So, in fact, the color... almost this color, basically. Anyway... I get to the operating room, and I get to hold Liam, and I tear up. And now Azizam realizes that everything is okay. But she's still under very much a lot of stress, and yeah. So I get to hold my Gastly for the first time, but I was told to leave the room after a couple of minutes. But I know hold Liam and put him in a trolley, which is when shortly after I took the picture you saw on my Discord channel, where I gently stroked the head of my baby boy. That's the first picture of Gastly ever. Very shortly after he was born. Now, while this is going on, of course, Azizam has lost a lot of blood. A lot of blood. So she probably get a blood transfusion, and she gets put into intensive surveillance, right? Because she just had a very invasive surgery, and I go and talk to her. After a little while, she gets patched up. Sewed up? Something? I think it's sewed up, right? Anyway, so I take Liam to where she's resting. She gets to hold Liam and now realize Liam is healthy. Liam is strong. Gastly, I should say. Gastly is strong, and she gets to hold Gastly for the first time, and she tears up because she rejected holding him for the first time, and of course, under the stress and the situation that just went down, I absolutely understand. There's no need for excuses. She now holds Gastly for the first time, and yeah, basically that's it. So after a while, Azizam can't be written out of the hotel just yet because she's had an operation. She needs to go to the 7th floor of the hospital where she's under. She and Liam, Gastly, I should say, are under surveillance. So Liam was born about 7 o'clock local time in the 25th of July. Yes. And we're dead tired at this point. The clock is about 4. We've both been awake for at least 30 hours, something like that. And she's been through a very difficult birth, and so the nurses, they take care of Gastly for a little while she gets some sleep, well-deserved sleep. And I, in my infinite wisdom, takes the bus to my parents, which again, only like 5 to 10 minutes bus ride away. I told Azizam I would sleep over at my parents' house. I'm so dumb, right? I take the car and I drive back home, which is not very far. It's like a 15-minute drive, but I'm dead ass tired. Very irresponsible of me. I must admit, not my brightest idea. But I get back home, get to sleep a little while. In fact, we both sleep and take a rest to the Monday the 26th, and I meet up very early to talk to Azizam and also hold Gastly and talk about stuff because she has been through an ordeal. Let me tell you, luckily everything went all right in the end. But giving birth shouldn't be that hard. But sometimes it just is, and what can you do, right? So that's the story of Liam, basically. After 3 days at the hospital, we finally get to take Liam back home, here to where we live. And yeah, he's been staying with us. We have been getting acquainted with our little son. He's definitely something else. Very strong boy. Very... How... he's amazingly healthy. Going through all the stress. Yeah. A very, very good half Persian Viking boy. Yes. Half Persian Viking. Very, very, very strong neck. It sounds like a very strange thing to Yes. He'll be the Viking Xerxes of the world. Yeah. All right.